I had a plan. But this farm reminded me that I don't actually run this operation. Last month, we dropped over 20,000 liters of tomatoes into this ketchup production. And for like 5 minutes, I thought, well, I think I've got this thing finally figured out. But then I checked the production and said, nope, isn't going to work. I don't even have enough for a full month. Well, I'm not sure what I'm truly going to do. This ketchup factory is eating tomatoes faster than I eat snacks when I'm editing these videos for you guys. So, back to the drawing board, at least for now. But if this pig empire is going to continue to grow and become the empire that I want it to be, we can't just live off of ketchup and the thoughts of the pig selling for high dollar value. We need something else. And the pigs are cute and funny, and they eat, and they dance around, and they make funny noises. But realistically, I've had some workers in the background just putting in work. And it's time that we bring them to the forefront. It's time for the cows' moment to shine. Their barn is almost completely full of milk. And I was thinking to myself, they're only 80% production. So why don't we get rid of this little fermenter we have over here, buy a TMR maker, get these cows to 100% productivity so they can start producing more milk for us, and then we'll go and sell it, make some money. But then the grocery man comes to mind. Why sell raw product, Papa C? That's not going to make you enough money. What if we did something with this milk? What if we invested in a small dairy and we put it on our own farm? And we go from grocery man stocking the dairy shelves, because that's where I came from before I moved into grocery management, was in the dairy, to dairy production. And you ask, all right, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to produce? Well, I had the contractor come in and lay us a pad down. And so, let's show you what we're going to do. Let's go in here. Let's go to the factories. And let's find our little dairy. You know, I was going to go with something like this. Little small guy. Do a little bit of production. But I have a little bit of extra money sitting around. We'll all be able to do some more contracts in a little while, and we'll be able to pick up a few more things. So I decided to invest in a little bigger one. $55,000 worth. That's right, $55,000. Let's get this thing set up here. This is the back of it. This is kind of what we want, I think. Maybe we'll turn it around like this. I think that actually looks better. So, there we go. All right. We're placing the item. Boom. $55,000 gone out of the bank. All right. Let's get in the tractor and bring the milk over. But first we got to load the milk. So let's load the milk. Now, these guys have been producing milk for us. Like I said, 55,000 liters. But I really truly think my end game is going to be cheese. We're going to produce cheese. Cheese is higher returns at the end of the year. And we'll be able to sell what we make so far in January. That gives us, I think if I remember correctly, November or December for ketchup, for production cells, and then dairy in January, which will help us get through our winter months, take care of our bills, and just keep me working in the background during the winter months when there's nothing else to do. So let's drive over here and let's drop this milk off. Let's get out and let's open her up. There she is, our own little dairy. All right, let's drop this milk off here. And we'll pick cheese and we'll get this production started. Now, while this thing's unloading and doing its thing, let's go inside and check on our options. Why won't this work? User error. User error. All right. All right, let's see. Where is the production? How come we can't see it? I gotta close the gate? And the shed lights on. Where do we see? Oh, screw it. We'll just do it this way. It wants to be complicated, so let's just make it complicated. All right, there we go. So we've got 20,000 liters of milk sitting here so far. We can do butter with milk. We can do cheese. You know, eventually we can make chocolate milk, goat milk, dark chocolate, goat milk, you know, bottled milk. But like I said, we're going to do cheese. So let's activate this. And now we are making cheese. It's a beautiful thing. And just like that, $55,000 down the drain. And we're dumping milk in our own production. Now this isn't going to bring a Brinks truck over with loads of money for us. This is just quietly going to keep money coming in once a year and just help fund this farm. You know, we're almost 1 year in game, and I feel like we've progressed, and I feel like we've done some things. I feel like we've learned our lessons, and we've taken a couple punches here and there. But overall, the farm is getting established. And I didn't really want this farm just to be about the pigs every day. You know, pig problems, pig babies, pig feed issues. You know, oh my gosh, we have more pigs coming. You know, at the end of the day, the feed is stable for them. And they're just secretly getting fatter and producing more babies for us. So that when it's time to come in, I don't know, another year, we'll be able to sell our first batch of pigs. And we're going to be selling 250 of them at a whack when they reach 25 months. So we have a little bit left to do, you know, production wise. I think we're going to end up getting another production here down the line, maybe year 2, somewhere into year 2. But realistically, our goal for the rest of this year is just to get this big, huge corn harvest we have coming up for us in October. And that's really going to set us apart and see exactly where we're going to be for feed. This game's been fun, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying making the content for you guys. But we just needed to, as I just, you know, if it's not a school bus I hit, guys, it's a It's a mail truck I hit. You know, the the AI driving in this game is horrible, just like me. So, um, I just want to keep growing this footprint and keep growing this farm and just keep making content because I truly enjoy it. These cows are about ready to give birth. I know I keep saying that, and I thought realistically in game it was going to be um, last month, but if we look at the numbers, they're at 90%. So in August we'll have um, 40 more babies, and like I said, silage is sitting at 47,000 liters. So there's really no need for me to get a TMR maker and go that direction. Also, the month of August is another grass cut. And if I can do some contracts in the background and give us some more money, I will buy us a TMR maker. And we will get these cows to 100% productivity to see what we can really do with this. We will end up selling the fermenter crossed over here that you're looking at now. And we will make a TMR maker. Now, TMR is silage, hay, and straw. So realistically, we need to buy another field that we can use for the hay piece to make hay bales. We can put it in the maker. We already have straw. There's no need to worry about that. We'll get our straw from our barley or wheat harvest, whatever we decide to plant in that field. That's really about it. You know, these tomatoes are just going to keep producing out of the greenhouse and keep getting bigger. You know, I'm really thinking about where we're going to be and what we're going to do. I want to see what the full potential of our greenhouses are, and I want to see what the tomato factory can really do. So realistically, I will probably end up selling the chickens and getting rid of them. I think that's going to be my goal next month is getting rid of the chickens. I've got like 400 of them, and I'm not really doing anything with eggs. So maybe we'll put a bigger tomato production in. I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to change up the voice lines and the commentary here and kind of make it more about me. You know, in the job that I do in real life, I explain a lot of things and have to walk people through things, and so I feel like that's kind of more my play style. And maybe that doesn't work for all of you, and maybe that doesn't work for everybody, but for me, that's just how I see the game, and I want to be truly authentic. I really thought that I was trying to push the envelope a little bit and create something that wasn't me. And I've kind of gone on a tangent here and a little bit of a talking point, and I'll get off my soapbox and we'll go check on the pigs here for the final moment of this episode. But that's kind of where I wanted to be. I just wanted to be more of kind of a gameplay, walkthrough, storytelling, jokes and laughs and funny things, because, you know, I can be a little sarcastic at sometimes and make some crude jokes and make some funny one-liners. So in real life, and that's kind of where I want to be with this. But as they say, or as I say, I should say, let's check out our pig cache. Here they all are. You can run around here and check them all out. We got 750 babies. These little guys here, just look at that little baby. He's just cutie. That's one of the babies that's just born. We go from that to that over there to the full-size ones, which are over here. And they're laying down, just doing their thing. They've got plenty of corn to eat. They've given us 53,000 liters of slurry. And they're just doing their thing. Eating, sleeping, and producing. Hi there, Ari. How's it going? If you know, you know. Today, we didn't buy bigger. We bought smarter. Ketchup is running. Our dairy has officially started. And our pigs keep growing. Funny thing is, Every time I think I have this farm figured out, the plans change. Little by little, our empire is growing. Appreciate you guys hanging out with Papa C. I will definitely catch you on the next one. Grow through what you go through.